So a few weeks ago, I was directly contacted by some extraterrestrial beings, and they were from the Galactic Federation, and they kind of gave me a little bit, I don't want to say a warning, but a bit of a kick in the pants in relation to my mission and what I'm here to do for humanity. And it had everything to do with waking up the galactic volunteers, unlocking you, all of you, and your DNA and your mission and your purpose. And what's really interesting is the last time they came to me to give me a message like this was at the end of 2019. I was greeted by the Galactic Federation, which wasn't unusual for that time. No one knew I was talking to them. And they told me that two things. One, 2020 is going to change the world forever. And two, I need to tell the world that I'm talking to the Galactic Federation, and that in and of itself is going to open people up and unlock them. I told them they were crazy and that I would never, ever talk about that. And here we are, right? 6 years later, 5 years later. Funny enough, I looked at that original video, and it was March 16th, 2020, that I relayed my first direct message from the Galactic Federation. At the time, I had about 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. After that video, throughout that year, and with the help of their messages, I was able to reach 100,000 subscribers within that time. And this is now, interestingly enough, 5 years later, this is another really big push from them to all of you, okay? So as always, take it or leave it, but it had to be written out in a very particular way because the words themselves hold light codes, okay? So today, I am gonna be reading off of a script. This is something that I remote viewed about 3 hours ago. It's March 9th today, 2026. And this is important. I'm gonna try and not give all my commentary for everything that has been said, because the way that it's said, it may not make a whole lot of sense, but there's a light code activation to it. All right, guys? So as always, take it or leave it. I will mention that if you are interested in this, if maybe this is the first time you've ever found one of my videos, first of all, welcome to the community, because you're a sleeper starseed. You're not late to the party. The party is happening now, and you are definitely invited. But every single month on the 11th of every month, I do a Galactic Federation Summit where I do a live remote view over to their mothership, and I get information just like this from them. So I've actually got a really cool mystery Galactic Federation coming up in just a couple of days on March 11th, and we're gonna deepen our conversation that we're starting here today, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Other than that, welcome. And obviously, if you see me reading, it's because I'm reading verbatim my conversation with a being named Kinetic, who is a Pleiadian, but he's going to go ahead and introduce himself as well, okay? All right. Me. Hello, Kinetic. I wanted to have a direct conversation with you today in order to relay important information to humanity. I understand that by writing down your words, they can have a greater impact than just by me relaying them. My intention for this conversation is to give vital information to those who are ready for it. We are truly at a pivotal time, and I think we could all use the advice. So please, kick us off with who you are and what you represent, and then starting with a general overview of how the Galactic Federation sees humanity and our progress at this time. Kinetic. Hello, my name is Kinetic. I am a member of the Pleiadian Security Council. Our mission on this council is to ensure planet Earth and its inhabitants are protected in its universal rights. Some key areas we monitor closely relate to security, free will, duality, collective contracts, alternate timelines, and intervention. Currently, your planet is experiencing the end of a cycle. You could refer to it as a celestial cycle, or even a soul cycle. The planet and its ecosystem are transitioning densities. Because of this, all aspects of life are experiencing a change. We understand that change, especially one of this magnitude, can be difficult, but we are here to support you. Me. If external forces are not allowed to intervene or alter our free will, then how is the Galactic Federation assisting us without infringing on these laws? Kinetic. Yes, this is an important question to ask. We choose to assist humanity in many ways. As you know, members of the Galactic Federation have chosen to incarnate as humans throughout your history, but also especially at this given time. These are our soldiers, you could say, that have sacrificed ease for hardship in order to help usher in this new cycle as harmoniously as possible. Although we cannot infringe upon your free will, if you ask us for assistance, we are able to oblige in accordance to your soul's blueprint without infringing on your rights. We also have numerous councils within the Federation that are specifically dedicated to Earth and its inhabitants, as well as galactic matters relating to Earth. Although humanity is not currently considered a member of the Federation, we are still able to navigate sensitive matters on your behalf as long as it is in alignment with your collective blueprint. In a sense, we are representatives of Earth's best interest as we wait for you to make a choice. Me. I have so many questions. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I do have an important question that may be hard to answer, but here it goes. If you represent and defend and are familiar with Earth's collective blueprint, but there are an infinite amount of timelines, then are the bad guys just representing an alternative timeline to play out? And then to that point, is there no better or worse timeline because duality needs to exist? I don't know if that's a clear question, but in general, can you feel into my confusion and try and help us understand this? Like, if everything exists, then does it even matter? Kinetic. Yes, of course, I will try my best. Planet Earth is a microcosm of the extremes, wars, insecurities, and choices being played out in this galaxy within the lower densities, specifically between 4th density and 8th density. Earth is being observed right now as the sum of all. Humans are being observed currently as the spectrum of all. All that exists out here is being mirrored down there. Your choices and experiences represent the ascending buildup and shift we are also currently experiencing. For the sake of comprehension, I will explain the timelines like this. Yes, all variations of choice exist. However, the majority of collective focus on your planet is centered between 2 main pathways. These pathways represent the spectrum of duality within the lower densities. Both of your choices are currently existing. One will represent the end, and the other, a new beginning. Although the choice is yours, and yours alone, it impacts many outside of your ecosystem. So we are here to help and observe when we can. Others are there to hurt and observe. To your last inquiry, does it even matter? Yes. It matters because your choice in timeline affects and shifts the timeline for us. The choice itself determines the end or the beginning for you and also us. If the end were to occur, it just means Source will need to play this level again, in reference to your video game theory. So depending on your perspective, your choice either matters a lot, so we can all learn and move forward, or in retrospect, does not matter at all, because there is always an opportunity to master these universal laws once again. Guys, just when you get a second, replay that, okay? Insane. Me. Wow. The impact of that message goes beyond what my brain can comprehend, but it does feel really important. So, what about all the people who say that the light has already won? Like, what do you say about that? What you're saying right now feels like there's still a lot of choice to be made. Kinetic. Yes, a choice still has to be made. Within the future timelines, both choices have already been made. By saying the light has won, you, at an individual level, are verbalizing the choice that you are making. However, at a collective level, the choice is yet to be made. So good. Me. How will we know that choice in the light has been collectively made? Just curious. Kinetic. You will know. The time is coming. Like, thanks for nothing. All right, me. There's a lot of corruption and war happening. Part of me wants to fight it, part of me wants to prepare for the worst, and part of me just doesn't want to participate in it at all. What do you recommend we do with all the crimes and uncertainty and suffering around us? Kinetic. Remember that what you are seeing is the end of the corruption and suffering. It needs to be seen and felt in order for humanity to choose not to consent. This is so important, guys. Listen up. These crimes have gone on behind your conscious awareness. However, by choosing not to object, you choose to accept, therefore allowing these things to occur on your planet. You want to see. You are all ready for the truth, and by observing it and rejecting it, you, not us, end it for good. Once again, this information goes far deeper than these words, but I'm hoping that you're feeling the impact. Me. Okay, wow. So we actually have to see it, be aware of it, and then not agree to it? Do you mean that we need to protest or sign a petition or just yell no? Like, how do we consciously object? I think we all want to know that answer. How do we do that, right? Kinetic. I'm glad you are asking this clarity question. Simply through observing and seeing truth of corruption on this planet, and then internally not agreeing with it, you are consciously objecting. There is not much you need to say or do in order for this process to take place, right? All right, me. What about those people who see one side? Oh, this is so good, you guys. Listen up, okay? Because this really changed my perspective on certain people that may or may not trigger me. So listen up to this one. Okay, this is so good. Me. What about those people who see one side of the corruption and blame the other side of corruption and are angry at that? I'm confused about those people, right? Because they're seeing the corruption. They're calling it out. They're not agreeing with it, but they're like just blaming a different part of society. Kinetic. This is so good. The objection is not confined to one side or another. Even those who are targeting one area is still not consenting to corruption, despite ignoring the bigger picture. Feeling anger or emotional hurt is normal. However, attaching oneself to that emotion can not only be biologically damaging, but also feeding one's focus and therefore bigger choice into that one timeline. In this case, that would be the end timeline, okay? In layman's terms, I'm just going to mention, all right, because sometimes they kind of, I don't want to say talk in riddles, but it's weird, right? But that's why that's why I wrote this down, okay, verbatim, because the words do matter. Kinetic is saying that people who are really angry, right, who are choosing a side right now and who are angry at the system are still witnessing corruption and not agreeing to it. So that's actually still a good thing. Even if they're only looking at one part or projecting or thinking that another part is sort of to blame, right? The general consensus here is that everyone on planet Earth is waking up to the corruption, observing it, and saying, I don't agree with this, regardless of who they're blaming, right? The downfall to blaming one side is that you're still in polarity and you're still choosing sort of a lower frequency, because you're attaching yourself to the emotional negativity of that sort of victim mentality, right? But it really changed my perspective on some people who are very limited in their scope and their anger and their projection of corruption, because ultimately they're still doing some good stuff for humanity. They're still observing corruption and not consenting to it. So I don't know, that kind of helped lift my mood a little bit on some people that I have in mind. Anyway, I just thought that was really interesting. Definitely changed my mind about it. Okay, me. That makes a lot of sense, thank you. So speaking of choosing timelines, I usually just say love and unity is one timeline and fear and separation is the other timeline. What can we do to ensure that we are choosing the higher timeline over the lower one? Kinetic. You need to start tuning in to the messages of your soul. Follow non-resistance from your soul, which usually involves resistance from the mind. Choose the lighter path over the denser one. This is a navigational discernment tool you all must spend time working on. Listen to the discomfort. Do not distract from it. Listen to the freedom you feel upon making a choice in a higher frequency. Eventually, you will know the difference between your choices and naturally gravitate to the choice that lights you up instead of dimming you down. I'm just going to repeat this one part because it's so important. Follow non-resistance from your soul, which usually involves resistance from the mind. Ain't that the truth? Anyway, so good. Okay, yeah, one last thing. Me, thank you for that. I know I could talk to you all day, but I guess as an end statement, what knowledge could you give us that can help shift us into a higher frequency, like right now? Kinetic. Ready? It's time to unmask yourself and step into the truth of who you have always been. You have been hiding. You have been safe, but you have not been living. You have not been in charge of the reality around you. You are more powerful, more brave, more intelligent than you have been leading yourself to believe. It is time, our beloved ones, to rise to your full potential. Me, thank you so much, Kinetic. I will see you in just a few days for the Galactic Federation Summit. Guys, as always, thank you once again. It is time. I am ready to step into that next level to ensure that all of you who think that you are students wake up to see the true potential in yourself as not just a teacher, but a master. You are in your PhD right now and you're about to fucking graduate. And in order to graduate, you need to apply everything that you've ever learned in this lifetime and other lifetimes to this moment right here. You are safe to be seen. You are safe to be heard. The time to shift, the time to make a choice is now. It's go time, and I am fucking excited. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel and definitely check out my membership platform on my website. That is where I keep all of my videos, especially the darker ones, because, you know, the internet doesn't love all that stuff. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'll definitely see you in a couple of days for the Mystery Galactic Federation Summit, essentially what you just heard, but live remote viewing, to bring in all of the deep details and information we need to know right now to ascend to our highest timeline. I know the reality I choose, and I hope to see you right there with me. Bye for now.